Good day and welcome back to Behind the Crime Scene. Today we're diving deep into a terrifying story that has shaken beachgoers across Australia. A shark attack so violent, so sudden, and so statistically rare that even marine scientists are calling it, quote, highly unusual. This wasn't a standard bite and release. This wasn't a surfer caught in a murky swell. This was a double victim attack that left one young woman dead, another man seriously injured, and a nation asking how something like this can happen in our waters. The attack happened last week at Kylies Beach, inside Crowdy Bay National Park, on the New South Wales mid-north coast. If you've ever been up that way, you'd know exactly the kind of place we're talking about. Quiet, remote, pristine, the kind of beach that looks untouched. No flags, no lifesavers, just sand, scrub and raw ocean stretching out to the horizon. The kind of place people go to escape the crowds. But on this particular morning around 6:30 a.m., the ocean was anything but peaceful. Two tourists, believed to be in their 20s, went for a swim at first light, a romantic dawn swim, something thousands of Aussies do every day, especially as summer starts heating up. But in a matter of seconds, that peaceful swim turned into a scene of pure horror. Witnesses say the water erupted. A large shark struck the pair almost immediately. The woman suffered catastrophic injuries. Despite desperate attempts to save her, she died on the sand. Her partner was also attacked, suffering severe leg wounds. And in a moment of incredible bravery, a bystander rushed over, used whatever he could find, and applied a makeshift tourniquet that paramedics later said almost certainly saved the man's life. He was airlifted to hospital, serious but stable. Alive because someone didn't hesitate. But this is where things get even more chilling. Marine experts who reviewed the injuries and behavior say the attack appears to have come from a large bull shark. And what really got the attention of specialists is this. A single shark attacking two people in the same incident almost never happens. One expert went on record saying, "This type of double mauling is highly unusual." And that's what makes this case so frightening. Sharks bite humans rarely. Double attacks, almost unheard of. But it happened. Before we break down why experts are calling this attack so unusual, let's look at the conditions that morning. Dawn, low light, poor visibility in the water, remote beach with no patrols. All these factors increase risk. Sharks hunt with senses we can't fully comprehend. They see silhouettes, movements, vibrations. And in the low light of morning, even a harmless swimmer can be mistaken for prey. That doesn't excuse the horror of what happened, but it helps explain it. The moment emergency services arrived, authorities shut the entire beach and surrounding areas. They deployed drones. They deployed smart drumlines. They warned the public that Kylies Beach was closed until further notice. And they made it clear. They were actively looking for a large, aggressive shark still in the area. So why are experts so shaken by this attack? Because it defies typical shark behavior. Most shark bites are one-off encounters, a mistaken identity bite, followed by the shark realizing its error and fleeing. But here, a single shark targeted two swimmers back-to-back. That's what triggered the scientific alarm bells. One marine biologist said that for a shark to attack two separate human targets in quick succession suggests a rare pattern that could involve feeding behavior, high agitation, or environmental pressures. Another commented that this is the kind of incident that forces researchers to re-examine what they think they know about shark interactions with humans. That's big. When experts question their assumptions, you know something unusual has occurred, and it's not happening in isolation. 2 months ago, Australia saw another fatal shark attack, this time at Long Reef Beach in Sydney's north. A surfer lost his life about 100 meters from shore. That incident prompted immediate emergency measures, extra drones, daily helicopter sweeps, and heightened shark alerts along the northern beaches. To have two deadly attacks within 2 months in completely different locations is rare but deeply unsettling. Some experts believe changing water temperatures and marine patterns may be driving big sharks closer to shore. Others say it could be coincidence, but when you have scientists using terms like extremely unusual and almost never seen, people sit up and pay attention. Let's talk about Kylies Beach itself. This is not Bondi. This is not a beach with flags, towers, or constant patrols. It's remote, picturesque, and isolated. That's exactly why people love it. But that isolation played a role here. No patrols, no lifesavers, no warnings. If something happens, you rely on whoever's nearby. And it also means sharks can enter shallow waters undisturbed. Bull sharks are known for being unpredictable. They move between saltwater and freshwater systems. They get closer to shore than many other shark species. They thrive in murky, low-light situations, and in many ways, everything came together in the worst possible combination on that morning. Now, before anyone jumps to conclusions, this doesn't mean sharks are suddenly targeting humans. They're not. Scientists keep repeating that sharks don't see humans as food. What they do see, especially at dawn, is shapes and vibrations, and sometimes, tragically, they mistake them for prey. But the double attack part, that's what experts keep coming back to. Highly unusual, almost unheard of, the kind of event that leaves researchers scratching their heads, trying to piece together how and why a shark behaved this way. Let's talk briefly about what authorities did next. Smart drumlines were deployed. These are not designed to kill sharks. They're designed to catch them alive so they can be tagged, studied, and moved offshore. Drones flew overhead to monitor movement. Police and rangers blocked off beach entrances, and locals were told the area would be closed until conditions were deemed safe. Meanwhile, marine researchers began trying to determine whether the shark would stay in the area or continue moving along the coast. Bull sharks can travel long distances quickly. They can disappear into murky estuaries or head into deeper water. Tracking one specific shark in natural ocean conditions is extremely difficult. But this attack has re-sparked the big debates. Should remote beaches have warning systems? Should smart drumlines be more widespread? Should the government invest in more drone patrols across the coastline? Or is this simply the unpredictable reality of nature? And here's the uncomfortable truth. We can't patrol every beach, creek and headland in Australia. Our coastline is massive, wild, beautiful, and sometimes dangerous. Let's zoom out for a moment and look at a broader pattern. Over the past decade, Australia has seen anywhere from 0 to several fatal shark attacks per year. There is no reliable upward trend. But what does seem to be changing is ocean behavior. Warmer water, altered currents, fish movements shifting closer to the shoreline, all of which could influence where sharks go. Some experts say none of this explains a double attack. Some say it might. But everyone agrees the Kylies Beach incident stands out as one of the most unusual of the decade. And for Aussies watching right now, especially the older blokes who grew up swimming at dawn, fishing off remote rocks, taking the tinny out at sunrise, it raises the question, is the ocean we knew in the 70s, 80s and 90s the same ocean we're dealing with now? Are you more cautious than you used to be? Do you check shark reports? Did you ever think twice about an unpatrolled beach when you were younger? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear your take. Back to the victims for a moment. This was a young couple on holiday, enjoying a peaceful morning, and the ocean turned on them in a split second. The bravery shown by the bystander who saved the man's life is being praised nationwide. That quick thinking mattered. It saved a life. But for the woman who tragically died, nothing could be done. Her injuries were catastrophic. No one ever expects something like this. That's why it hits so hard. A remote beach, a quiet morning, a peaceful swim. And then nature twists. So where does the investigation stand now? Authorities are still monitoring the area. They'll keep drumlines and drones in place until they're confident the risk has subsided. Marine experts will continue assessing the data, and the victims' families will be facing unthinkable grief after what was meant to be a holiday or a simple morning swim. There's no villain in this story, no criminal, no conspiracy, just the raw, wild power of nature, and the reminder that even in a country as beautiful as ours, beauty doesn't always mean safety. So I leave you with a few questions. Would you still swim at a remote beach at sunrise after hearing this? Do you think Australia needs more shark monitoring technology in remote locations, or do you believe this was simply a tragic, freak occurrence that we cannot predict or prevent? Drop your thoughts below. I read every single comment. If this story hit you like it hit me, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into Australia's most gripping, real-world mysteries. This has been Behind the Crime Scene. Stay safe, respect the ocean, and I'll see you in the next one.